Let's talk a little Raiders football, y'all. Yo, shout out to everybody here in the building. I see Richard, Terry, Tubby, number one, Rule Boy, Chris. What's good with all my people, man? Top Beats in the building, Dom is in the building, Richard Hardy. Let's go. Monroe, Alex, 207, Charlie M. Shout out to everybody here rocking with me, man. Welcome to the latest installment of Coffee and Convo. I am your host, Graphk Raider. You know what time it is? I'm on the road, you guys. I am at home in Sacramento, so I do not have all the bells and whistles, you know what I mean, to do my show. But hey, I got a laptop and I got me. So we're here, man. Shout out to 89 Raider, man. My boy Paul Gonzalez, Art the Third, Raider Strauss, 7 man, Cam 92. Shout out to all my people, man. Yeah, I'm actually about to get out here and paint the town here in a little bit, man. I'm about to go to the Kings and Pacers game tonight. About to go hang out with some family, man. So, but we here. And I'm actually about to shoot some stuff, man. Stay tuned. I will be at OCO this weekend, you guys, shooting a mini documentary about, you know, our time at Oakland Coliseum, telling some dope stories and stuff. So stay tuned for that. But you already know, man. Shout out to Chris. Bozilla's in the house, my dog, man. Raider Zilla. What's good with you, King? Yeah, man. So now it all makes sense, you guys, why Josh Jacobs was playing out of his mind on Sunday. Take away the talent, right? Take away, you know, the O-line blocking real good for him. Take away, you know, everything. Take away all the attributes, the vision, the burst that we seen on that 86-yarder to win the game. Take away all that. Apparently, because I don't know if you guys seen this, at the end of the game, you know, Josh Jacobs ran to the sidelines and ran up to a fan. And I know everybody was like, what is this dude talking about? Like, what is he talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, he was over there like, thank you. Like, it's because of you. Where you at? Like, he was pointing at it, right? So apparently, I know a lot of you guys probably already seen this. But he said it all. This is coming from NBC Sports, you guys. Peter King. It all started before the game. He told Peter King on Sunday night, this fan, when we came out of the tunnel, held up a sign that said 3-7, not bad for a team with no talent. And he was screaming at us, all this bad stuff. And I just looked at him and said, thank you for that. I needed that today. You turned me up. He's the first one I wanted to find after we won. Jacobs continues. I went over to him and I said, thank you. So for those who don't know, there's a sign right here that says 3-7, not bad for a team with no talent. Okay. Then there's another one. 3-8, you ladies can do it. That's where it all came from. That is where it all came from. Real quick, shout out to Andrew Rock, Docs, the Go to Raider YouTube. Let's effing go. Shout out to my dog, man. I appreciate you, my brother. Shout out to my boy Cody, man. You know you didn't have to do that, King. Call me when you get off this show. Blackout. I got your message last night, and you had me petrified, bro. I was literally in the middle of my sleep. Cody sent me a crazy message to my bro. Call me immediately, bro. You're not gonna believe this shit. And I'm sitting there like, oh, I'm all on the edge of my seat, like, bro, I can't take any bad news right now, man. And he just said some funny shit at the end of the voicemail and just hung up. That's all I'm going to say. Shout out to Cody. I was going to call you today, my brother. I'm definitely going to hit you up. And I got your text messages as well with all the new blackout stuff. So I'm definitely going to post that up. Shout out to my boy Raider Cody, man. That's my brother. Shout out to Z, man. Became a member of the channel. I appreciate you, my brother. Thank you so much. If you guys want to become a member of the channel, the link is in the comment section. And also, if you want to go get some of that new drip, Oaklosvegas.com is pinned up top. One of the best ways to support the channel. Top Beats, motivation has its merit. I mean, look, I don't think Josh really needed too much motivation anyway. I think we already gave him all the motivation in the world at the beginning of the season. You know, you don't pick up his a fifth-year option. There you go. You go draft his replacement with Zeus in the 4th round out of Georgia. You go get Britton Brown in the 7th round out of UCLA. You go get Sincere McCormick as a UDFA. I don't even think he really needed the fan. I think he got all the motivation before the first snap. Him playing in preseason and all these other guys sitting down. I think all the motivation was there for Josh. I mean, can we agree on that, you guys? I don't really think that these signs did anything for Josh Jacobs. I think the 5th-year option, him playing for a new contract, you know what I mean, and all that other stuff, I think that's what it's from. I think that's what it's from. I think that's why Josh Jacobs is playing out of his mind. Scheme, Josh McDaniel's system is totally different than John Gruden's. I think that helps Josh. You know what I mean? Early on in the season, we didn't run the ball a lot, so we didn't run his kneecaps down to the ground. You know what I'm saying? And now he's just taking everything personal. He's taking everything personal. Like I said, the 5th-year option, Zeus, Sincere McCormick, Britton Brown, and Josh Jacobs never said one thing disrespectful about this regime. Nothing. He just goes out there, puts his head down, plays football. You have to love that. You have to honor that, man. Like this dude, he's an honorable dude, man. Josh Jacobs is a dog, you guys. Shout to Hawk, man. That was the same fan that was meat riding Derek Carr's post game, and DC gave him a handshake, laughing my fucking ass off. We need more of those at games, please. Facts. Facts plus tax. Shout out to my dog Hawk, man. Shout out to Stroud. He's also playing for an extra $10 million a year. Facts. Factory, man. Factory, bro. Factory, bro. Rough season, but thanks for all you and all the creators do, bro. Shout out to Robert, man. Hey, man, you guys help us as much as we help you guys, man. So we appreciate you. It goes both ways, man. Real talk. Shout out to Alex, man. Josh Jacobs, the best running back in the league, and OL has been moving people. Man, Alex, I've been telling everybody I thought this offensive line was better than everybody was. Everybody keeps shitting on the O-line left and right. And it's because, you know, we're not that great in pass protection like we are, running the ball. Let's just keep it a beam. But I still believe, and mind you guys, this isn't a bash on Derek Carr. I think a lot of people go to the O-line continuously because they keep wanting to validate their argument with Derek Carr. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people are saying this O-line is worse than what it is because it's a bunch of Derek Carr guys that think Derek Carr can do no wrong. Look, I'm not trying to start any debate here, any problems, but I really believe that a lot of the guys that shit on this O-line are just guys that are trying to find excuses for Derek Carr. And DC played his ass off on Sunday, so that's no shade to him at all. But I do believe that a lot of these guys do come out the woodworks disrespecting the O-line because they're huge Derek Carr fans, and they want to find everything under the sun to not place the blame on him when he does make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Top Beats. Illuminor has improved. This is facts. You know what I mean? But the thing is, man, he's too old, Top, right, to make those bonehead penalties, man. We can't have these false starts and pivotal moments of the game. You know what I mean? We can't have him holding. A lot of big plays have came back this season because of Jermaine Illuminor. You know what I mean? We can't afford that. Illuminor is the one veteran on this offensive line that knows better than that. I mean, Alex Bars has been playing out of his mind as well. He's a veteran, but hasn't really had too many mistakes. Colton Miller, veteran, but these other guys, I mean, Dylan Parham, you expect the rookies, you expect the young guys, the Andre James, to make those mental errors, those mental mistakes. But you can't expect. I mean, you're looking at Jermaine Illuminor as setting the tone because he is the OG at right tackle. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy Intel, man. You didn't have to do that, my brother. I appreciate you, King. He says, "What up, homie? Hit me with 100 piece, man. I appreciate you, King." Shout out to my dog, bro. Intel, you are a blessing to this channel as always, my brother. And I hope that you have a great holiday season with you and your family. And I hope everything's going good with you, my brother. Real talk. Let me see. I think we could do better up front, though. Oh, Edward, we definitely can. Let's not act like we have the greatest offensive line in the world because we don't. We don't. But they're serviceable. You know what I'm saying? They've outperformed a lot of the bullshit that comes their way. A lot of people in the nation, oh, these guys are terrible. They do this, they do that. I don't think that they're that bad. I don't. I think that they're actually pretty good. Real shit. We wouldn't get Alex Bars from the Chicago Bears. You're not expecting to get anything out of him. You're expecting him to be kind of a guy that's more of a rotational piece. He's came in and gave us some great snaps. You know what I mean? Andre James has been good. Dylan Parham has been a blessing in disguise, 3rd round pick out of Memphis. I mean, Colton Miller has had a down season, up to this point, because we're used to him playing out of his mind. You know what I mean? But these guys have been playing really good football. You know what I mean? And that's a reason why Josh Jacobs is playing out of his mind. One of the reasons why Josh is playing out of his mind. That's one of the reasons why Devontae Adams is getting so much burn, because, DC has enough time to get rid of the ball to Devontae. You know what I mean? Mac Hollins owes some of his success to this O-line as well. Let's just keep it a stack, man. You know what I mean? A lot of these guys should be going up to this O-line and feeding them well. Steak dinners all across the board. Factory, man. Shout out to my boy Intel, man. Once again, my brother, I appreciate you. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, please hit that subscribe button. If we go anywhere from 8-9 to 10-7 this year, I'll take it seeing the way we started. But I think Josh McDaniels realized the nation wasn't falling for his BS. Yeah, man, not even just the nation. Players weren't falling for his BS. You know what I mean? You got some veterans on this team that probably are going to Mark Davis like, look, man, we didn't sign up for this shit. You know what I mean? You got Derek Carr, you got Devontae Adams, you got other guys out there, veterans that are probably going up to them and saying, look, we didn't sign up for this shit. So what are we doing? You know what I mean? But look, if he wasn't tanking, Hawk, he's definitely one of the worst head coaches this season, period, point blank, even with the 2-game win streak right now. If he was not tanking, if this wasn't a deliberate, you know what I mean, just go out and catch these L's, we definitely have to question Josh McDaniels and his coaching staff. It is what it is. Let me see, man. Shout out to everybody here in the building. I appreciate you guys, man. Shout out to my brother Big Mike, as always, Planet Raiders. What's good, King? How you feeling about this game versus the Chargers? They give up an insane amount of rushing. I feel the same way about the Seattle game that I do with the Chargers game. Big Mike, I do. I said it before the game even happened Sunday that I thought we were going to beat them. I thought we were going to beat them by 10 for some strange reason. I had us beating them by 2, like real talk, like by 10. But I feel the same way. Hand the ball off to Josh. Look, we know there's a reason why Josh is not practicing all week long. He has been dealing with an injury, but also he's going to run the ball crazy this Sunday. You know what I'm saying? So let him chill, get him right for Sunday, because the Chargers are in for a rude awakening. You are playing the best running back in the NFL at this point. Let me say that again. Never would have thought I said this in 22. Chargers, understand this. Be ready come Sunday at Allegiant Stadium, because you are facing the greatest running back in the NFL right now. Oh, and happy birthday to Bo Jackson as well. It's crazy that Josh did all that in Seattle, and played a Bo-like game, and today is Bo Jackson's birthday. I find that hilarious, man. Shout out to my brother Big Mike. I think we pull out that dub, though, man. It's like last year, you guys. We went out early on in the season, lost to the Chargers, beat them later on in the season to slip into the playoffs. Now, I'm not going to say the playoffs. I'm not going to speak the P word into existence. I just think that, I had a splitting with them at the beginning of the season anyway. I think that we split with them regardless. I think we go out there and we dog walk these boys at Allegiant Stadium. All the momentum is in our favor, you guys. You know what I mean? We're finally clicking right now. We're finally gelling. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Shout out to my boy SC. JJ had more yards than 6 other NFL offenses. Pay that man. That is crazy. Shout out to my dog SC. Crazy, bro. Crazy. Shout out to my boy Manny. Docs, homie, nobody is taking our Raiders serious. This week we got the Chargers, and they don't respect the Raiders. Run the ball down their throats. Go Raiders, man. Facts, man. Facts. I think that people do respect us, though. I do. You have to. With the talent that we have on this roster, you have to like look at us and say they can show up any week. You know what I mean? You got Devontae Adams out there. You still have a serviceable quarterback with Derek Carr that when he does play out of his mind, sometimes he's a top 5 quarterback. Sometimes he's a top 10 quarterback. Sometimes he's a top 15 quarterback. You know what I mean? You still have to account for DC, because sometimes he'll go out there and just have these games where he plays out of his mind. You know what I mean? The defense is finally creating some turnovers. We're finally getting some pressure from the defensive tackles. You know what I mean? So, at this point, man, you better be afraid of the Raiders. Because at this point, let's just be real. The playoffs are so far-fetched, and that top 3, top 4 pick, top 5 pick now is so far-fetched because we're winning now, that these guys, they have nothing to lose. There's nothing to lose with this Raiders team at this point. You've already won too many games now where you're probably not going to get a top 3 pick. And, all the momentum is in your favor to go win a couple more games. There's some teams in front of us, you guys, in the playoffs, in the playoff hunt that we got coming up. The Chargers are in front of us. You get them out the way, boom. You got the New England Patriots. There are some teams ahead of us right now, that you need to beat, and we have nothing to lose. We have nothing to lose. Oh, and real quick too, you guys, I know you guys probably seen this. Anthony Averett is on the IR. He is out for the season. Another cornerback that we lose. With potentially Nate Hobbs coming back this Sunday, though, thank God. We need him back immediately. But Anthony Averett, I think I can say that I can speak for me and Scout, right? Because me and Scout were definitely two big supporters for going out and getting Anthony Averett. I felt like there was times last year in Baltimore where he played out of his mind, handcuffing Tyreek Hill when he played Kansas City. And me and Scout, we took the bait. We definitely took the bait. And we were definitely wrong. Anthony Averett, you were one of the worst off-season additions that we've had in the past fucking several years. And you'll probably never step foot on Allegiant Stadium turf as a Raider again. And you'll probably never don the silver and black again. And I'm cool with that because you've looked terrible while out there on the field. Also, you guys, we signed the GOAT, Tyler Hall. We signed the GOAT, corner, UDFA, the GOAT, Tyler Hall. He is now on the active roster, and I'm here for that. Top Beats, definitely trash, man. Definitely, bro. Pastor, he's done. Yeah, he's done. He's done. Facts. Real shit. You and Scout have been bamboozled. Shout out to Intel. This is facts, bro. We were definitely bamboozled. We were definitely caught up in the hype. Baltimore, man, they were dealt some blows at the cornerback position last year. And Anthony Averett kind of just went in there and still kind of saved the day for them week in and week out. He still had some bad efforts. Don't get me wrong. There was some bad games for Baltimore, but he had some good ones. And we definitely were bamboozled, man. Shout out to my dog Pace, man. The O-line was crappy, especially bars. The first several games, and allowing a lot of pressure, which directly correlated to Carr's 63%. Now that they've improved, so has Carr, and that's no coincidence. I'm not going to take away from that, Pace. I'm not going to look when the O-line is playing good, then Derek Carr should play good, right? I mean, let's just keep it a buck. You know what I mean? But let's not act like Pace. Like the first 3 weeks of last season, the O-line was terrible, and Derek Carr was playing out of his mind. Pace, he was an early dark horse MVP candidate when we were 3-0 last week and last season, and the O-line was terrible. Terrible. They were worse than how they started off this season. The O-line, you cannot run the ball at all the first 3 or 4 weeks of last season. They were bad. I don't think we ran the ball. We didn't have didn't we, the first time we had wasn't it like Peyton Barber or some shit for over 100 yards against Miami? The O-line was terrible. Josh started off really, really bad. Shout to Max. Jayon Brown looked lost out there. Is he filling in for Diablo? John is another guy I was wrong about as well. Shit, y'all don't listen to me for nothing, man. I'm terrible when it comes to this shit because I thought that Jayon Brown was going to return to that 2019 form in Tennessee where he was literally the best cover linebacker in the NFL. You know what I mean? But, schemes are a lot. Systems are a lot, and maybe he just doesn't fit over here because Jayon does not look good at all. But I do like Luke Masterson out there. I think that he's going to be a baller, man. I don't know. Did you guys see his mic'd up? Luke Masterson, it was great seeing a young guy out there going crazy for his guys. But, Luke Masterson looks like he's going to be a piece of the puzzle moving forward at the linebacker spot. Denzel, I've said that I want to go younger at the linebacker position, but hey, Denzel's still playing the run really well when he's not hurt. He got a nice pick, against Geno Smith that ended up being really big for us, with coming back and beating these guys in overtime. So, but we still need a lot of help at the linebacker position, you guys. That is definitely a terrible, terrible need right now. Like we need to fill that void at linebacker moving forward. Divine Diablo, I still got faith in him, but I thought he was going to take that next step this year in his development. He didn't do that. We need some help. I think we need to draft 2 or 3 linebackers with these 14, 15 picks that we have in this upcoming NFL draft. Shout out to my dog Max though. But yeah, Jayon he's not look good out there. Shout out to my boy Classic Man Q, my dog. Why Josh took that game personal? I missed it. So there was a fan out there, Q, that had a sign up at the beginning of the game, and it said, let me read it again. It said, 3-7, not bad for a team with no talent. And then another one on the other side that said 3-8, ladies, you can do it. So Josh Jacobs went up to him at the beginning of the game and said, thank you. I needed that. So he used that as motivation. End of the game, went and found the guy in the crowd and said, I told you, thank you. So shout out to that Seattle. Shout out to the 12s. Shout out to the 12s, man, for unlocking GOAT status Josh Jacobs. Real shit. Let me see. Gio says, I will keep Denzel, but we can't pay him too much. He's not a 3-down. Yeah. Gio, look, I have no problem bringing back Denzel Perriman. The thing is, what kind of money does he want? I want to get younger at the linebacker position, so I don't have a problem moving on from him. But I want some linebackers, man, that can play today's modern era football. Some guys that you can find maybe in the draft that can cover and play the run. You know what I mean? And Denzel is not one of those guys that you want dropping into coverage unless it's against Geno Smith, apparently. You know what I'm saying? And he deals with a lot of injuries. You know what I mean? He's about to be 30 years old, right? Is he 29, 30, somewhere around there? You know what I mean? He's up there, he's getting up there. You know, we need some young pups, man, that can get it done, that can drop back in coverage when need be, and also, you know, play the run well. And that's where I'm at with it. I want some linebackers that are two-way linebackers that are 3-down guys. You know what I mean? That you can put a guy out there, you know what I mean? One of your linebackers out there, 3rd and long, and maybe he makes a big play. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could put him out there on definite passing downs and expect your linebacker to go out there and make a play. You know what I mean? I'm not confident when Denzel Perriman is out there on clear passing downs. Let me see. But he has definitely revitalized this defense when he was out there. Definitely motivates that young team. I love Denzel Perriman. For those who think that I'm downing him, I'm not, because I've always said I've been a fan of him since his college days as a Miami Hurricane. I always said that he was great with the Chargers. He just continued to stay hurt. Great with the Carolina Panthers, just could not stay healthy. You know what I mean? But, you know, shout out to my brother Wasted. Yeah, linebackers that can cover. That's all I'm asking for. That's all I'm asking for. We don't give up on Merrick yet. He's cheap. Yeah, he's still on a rookie contract, Pastor. So you're going to have him out there regardless. You know what I mean? Real shit. We're not done with Merrick yet. But he needs to show something, man. He needs to show something. Salute to the true King Dox. And my brother, I appreciate you, King, as always. Shout out to my dog Hawk. Also, Jacobs broke Boz's record against Bo's record against the same team on the anniversary of it 35 years later. It's crazy. Wow, man. Bo probably DM'd he probably DM'd Bo like, wow. Facts, bro. Facts, man. Facts. It's crazy how life circles back, man. It's crazy, right? And it's Bo Jackson's birthday today. That's not a coincidence at all. Shout out to Raider Nation Cali. F the haters. Even though you just visited, welcome back home to Cali. Enjoy yourself, big dog. Shout out to my boy Cali, man. Yes. I had a ball yesterday, man. I went downtown, got to see some of my friends that I grew up with, my day ones. It's been a joy, man. I'm at my in-laws, my mother and father-in-law's house right now, kicking it before I get out in the streets and go beat them up. You know what I mean? Let me see. But shout out to my dog Cali, man. I appreciate you, brother. Oh, no, he was already released. That's crazy. He was already released. Think of this, you guys. This is how bad of a player Jonathan Abram is. And mind you, this is the guy that I like personally. Great person. Seems like a good dude. Seems like he kind of immature in certain instances, but he seems like a really, really good dude. I hope that Jonathan Abram saved his money, man. Not only because you got cut by the Packers, you got cut by 2 bad teams that need help on the defensive side of the ball. One is 3-8, one is 4-7. Like, you got cut by a 3-8 and a 4-7 team. That's tough, man. I think that Abrams skill set just does not match in today's football. As a safety, you have to be able to cover, or you have to be able to at least get put in the box, you know what I mean, and be able to, you know what I mean, get around over there. Like, this guy just does not have the game for today's NFL. He doesn't. It's sad, man. That is crazy. Another missed pick in the first round with Jonathan Abram, man. It's crazy. That man was cut by 2 really, really bad defenses. That says a lot about who Jonathan Abram is. That's crazy, man. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, please hit that subscribe button. Also, for those who are just pulling in, we were talking about Josh Jacobs getting the extra motivation by a fan. He spoke to Peter King, NBC Sports, I believe, told him that there was a fan that had a sign that said, "You guys are 3-7. You know, there's no talent, blah, blah, blah." Another sign that said, "You guys can go out there and be 3-8. Ladies, get it done." And he used that as motivation, because I was confused as to why Josh Jacobs ran to the crowd at the end of the game when he was running into the tunnel. But apparently he was running back to that fan saying, "Thank you for the extra motivation." Also, Anthony Averett is placed on the IR, you guys. He is out for the season. As thin as we are at the cornerback position, I want to say thank God, because he's been terrible out there. But, man, we need Nate Hobbs back immediately, because we're playing the Chargers. You know, they still got Herbert. I know he's had a down season, but, you know, Keenan Allen is back. You know, they got their receivers back. We need Nate Hobbs now. We have to have him and Yasin out there together as a unit, because we are very, very thin at the cornerback spot. Webb is out there still, and he's going through his bumps and bruises, makes a big play, then gives up 2 big plays. That's what you expect out of UDFA. You don't expect him to go out there and just dog walk offenses as a UDFA year one. You know what I mean? But that sucks. But, you know, yeah, we're thin right now. We're thin. And that's why we went and signed the GOAT Tyler to the active roster. You know what I'm saying? The GOAT. I know some fans who like being 10-7 every year, stuck in mediocrity. Red Phoenix, and this is something that me and my brother Wasted have talked about, you know, week in and week out. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yes, man, as Raider fans, we want to win, you guys. We want to win. But if you have to take a step back to take 10 steps forward, then do so. I hate being cut, just stuck in purgatory. 10-7, you sneak into the playoffs last year. 10-7, who's to say that it gets it done this year? And that's still asking a lot from this team moving forward to win 6 games in a row. You know, I'm sick of sitting in purgatory in mediocrity. I'm ready to do something different, man. Let me see. Shout out to Red Phoenix. This is facts, though. No. Oh, damn. Brian Edwards got cut too? I didn't see that. Brian Edwards got cut too. Another former 3rd rounder from our Raiders. Wow. Another guy, man, that I thought was going to have a huge impact on the NFL because of his measurables. You know what I mean? A lot of people said physically, you know, he had that TO kind of body structure. Never lived up to the hype. Never. That's crazy. Edwards was cut by the Falcons, another team that's not too good. They're outplaying what they were supposed to this year. Don't get me wrong, but they're still not a great team. Oh, he signed with the Chiefs practice squad. Wow. Now watch fucking Andy Reid turn him into a fucking all-pro. Wow. Yeah, I've been out the way, you guys, so I have not seen anything in terms of Brian Edwards. Let me see. Yeah, Gio, I always said it. I said that Brian Edwards to me came off really childish, and he looked as though he didn't want to be out there. A lot of the times, I think that, you know, he was in his own way, Brian Edwards, and that happens with a lot of these young guys. You know what I mean? They get in their own way, and then they can't find a way to get out of their own way. You know what I mean? And that's tough. Oh, they picked up Melvin Gordon as well. That's cool. He'll fumble the ball 10 times against us in January. It's all good. Oh, shit. They went and signed the OG Brandon Williams, too. These guys are out there trying to grab everybody. Huh? They're going on a run. Man. This is why I wish we could say some shit like this, man, where we just go all in and go get everybody. Even though Melvin Gordon, you know, has fumbled the ball 3,416 times this season, he's still a name. And when he gets going, he can get going. But, going to get Brian Edwards, going to get Brandon Williams, going to get Melvin Gordon, the Chiefs are still going all in. Practice squad guys, like these guys were actual starters for their respective teams this season. Let's just keep it a buck, man. Melvin Gordon was a starter for the Broncos. You know what I'm saying? Brian Edwards was a receiver for the Atlanta Falcons. You know what I mean? Brandon Williams has been a great defensive tackle for the Baltimore Ravens for years. I mean, I know he's up there in age now. You know what I mean? But still, Tubby, Reed wants information. There you go. But from who? You're not going to face the Broncos at all. They're done. You're not going to face the Falcons. You know what I mean? With Brian Edwards. And Brian Edwards knows nothing of this new system with us with Josh McDaniels, so he'll get nothing from us. And even then, we're 4-7. So what do the Chiefs want from us? You know what I'm saying? And then the Baltimore Ravens. I mean, these guys aren't that great either, man. They just lost to Jacksonville too. And to be real with you, Lamar Jackson started this season off crazy. He has not been great at all by any stretch of imagination this season. He's killed me. I've lost games on my fucking fantasy football because of Lamar Jackson. He's not been good at all. Well, I'll say he's been good, but not great. I think Baltimore is definitely overrated. I don't think the Raiders want to pay for a top running back, or else they would have signed Jacobs last year. Stroud, look, man, I'm telling you, there may be a lot of mad Raider fans in the offseason. For real. There's going to be a lot. Because think about this, you guys. If you let Josh Jacobs walk, you potentially get, especially him playing out of his mind this year, the best running back in the league, you potentially get a great comp pick. People aren't talking about that. You could potentially get a great comp pick with Josh Jacobs walking off. And we all know New England was always, a running back. Like they just had them in and out. They don't want to pay running backs. Not saying that Josh McDaniels and Zeke are still going to play the Patriots games, no pun intended. But, I mean, look, I'm saying this, you guys. Josh Jacobs has definitely earned another contract. Will he get one? I'm still questioning that. I don't even think that he will. To be honest, $12.5 million when you need a D. I don't know. I do not know. Shout out to Rax Poker. Graphk, just put it up again, brother. Put it up again if you can, and I'll find it. Danae, what's up, family? Sacktown, Bay Area, and Bagdale. You already know, Natural Nate. Shout out to my dog. Rude boy, I don't know if Kansas City can afford to go pay Josh Jacobs in the offseason. He'd have to take a massive pay cut just to get back at his old team. What's good, Docs? The newest member, Raider Nation, was born Monday night at 7:30. He weighs 7.5 pounds, measured 20 inches from the womb to the tomb. Shout out to our brother, man, Van City. Congratulations, brother. That's a beautiful thing, man. Brought a new Raider into the world, man. Congratulations, my brother, to you and yours, man. Yeah, exactly. Intel. He's gonna get a nice contract. He's gonna get a nice contract. Shit, hey, keep an eye on Baltimore. They love running the ball. Intel, keep an eye on Baltimore. They love running the ball. I would not be shocked if they ponied up some money and went and got Josh Jacobs. I mean, I know they still got to figure out the whole Lamar Jackson situation, but man. I don't think Ziggy will pony up any dough for Josh Jacobs. We go with the stable of horses, running back by committee, grab that compensatory pick, pay your way. Noah, look. That's all I've been saying all season long, and everybody's still like, you still don't like Josh Jacobs? I never said I didn't like Josh Jacobs, ever. I've never said that. I never said that Josh Jacobs doesn't deserve a contract. I never said that at all. I just said I know the football. I know the NFL. I know how football is these days, and people don't play. They don't really pay running backs like that. That's tough. The only way I think that you re-sign Josh Jacobs is if you unload Renfro or Waller's contract. then it makes sense. Then you can bring them back. You know what I mean? You can't keep those guys and then add another $12.5 million to our salary cap on the offensive side of the ball. Because then all we're going to continue to hear is people say, we have a terrible defense, we have a bad defense, we have a bad defense. Look, you know what you can do with $12.5 million on the defensive side of the ball? So, Melvin, I didn't say that it wasn't that I said I didn't want Josh Jacobs, my brother. I didn't say that. I never said that. I said, look what the Raiders are doing. They went and drafted Zeus. They went and drafted Britton Brown. They went and got Sincere McCormick, and they shut down his fifth-year option. I'm looking at what's in front of me, my brother. I'm not going off emotions or none of that. I'm going off of what is in front of me and what is being told to me. But Josh is playing out of his mind right now. Nobody's seen that coming. Nobody's seen Josh Jacobs being a leading rusher after 11, 12 weeks. No one. I don't care what none of y'all say. No one has seen Josh Jacobs being the number one running back, the number one running back in the NFL at this point. No one's seen Josh Jacobs going for over 300 yards all purpose in the game. No one. Then there's a possibility of getting a franchise tag. That's $12.5 million. But then you risk the possibility of a holdout. I've seen it time and time again. There you go. And Big Mike, that's something that a lot of people aren't talking about as well, my brother. You know what I mean? Real talk. People aren't talking about that. He could potentially say, look, I don't want 12.5. I want something else. Shout out to Rax. My mom knows Josh Jacobs' agent. She sent him a text saying, get him paid. He sent a gift back with his shaking finger, like saying no. What do we do with that? What do we do with that? My mom knows Josh Jacobs' agent. She sent him a text saying, get him paid. She sent a gift back with the shaking finger saying no. I don't know what that means. Why would she send it back no? Why would he send it back no? Let me see. No one ever questioned Josh Jacobs not being a stout run, a great running back, you guys. He just couldn't stay healthy. I think they were going to use running back by committee, but found out what they have in Josh. And not even just that, Glenn. They found out what we had in Josh Jacobs, but they also found out that Brandon Bolden is done, that potentially Zeus is not ready, that Amir Abdullah is definitely used better in the passing game, that maybe Britton Brown wasn't ready to go, that Sincere McCormick is now, on the IR for the season. You know what I'm saying? So a lot came into play in terms of Josh Jacobs. You know what I mean? Let's just keep it a buck. Like, I think that they thought Brandon Bolden is going to come out and be a huge get for us on third downs. Not. So, let me see. And like I said, AC, if you want to keep Josh Jacobs, you have to unload one of these contracts. Real talk. You have to unload one of those Waller and Renfro contracts in order to bring Jacobs back. Or if you find somebody that'll take that Chandler Jones contract, which I don't think would at all. You know what I mean? But you have to get rid of some money in order to bring him back. We have $35 million at this point, you guys, I believe, in salary cap. Do you spend 12.5 on him? And then we got a lot of one-year contracts. We have to fill a lot of voids in free agency. So I just don't know how you do it unless you unload some of these contracts. Let me see. Medwin, I've been telling you, bro, that is my guy. That is my guy, man. Why isn't DJ Turner not being utilized? He should be returning kicks instead of Butterfingers Cole. This is facts. Facts. And the one time we did utilize him top, it came back on a boneheaded, was it false start on Foster Moreau? It looked like DJ Turner was off to the races. It looked like he could have took that shit to the crib. Doc, you're a stand on Zamir hype train. Get off my boy. Pause. Bro, stop it with the whole Josh Jacobs. Bro, I own several Josh Jacobs jerseys. I'm a fan of Josh Jacobs. Y'all just don't look at the big picture. Y'all just find one player and ride him. And then you guys come to us YouTubers and other beat reporters and try to get on us because if you guys were right once in a blue moon. Like, yeah, everybody's gonna be right once in a blue moon, man. I don't want to hear that goofy ass shit. Stop it, man. Like, stop. Y'all crazy, man. Y'all crazy. And we're not, look, bro, we're not, I'm a fucking fan, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be right all the time. But I'm just telling you once again, I'm going off what the coaching staff and what the front office is telling us. When they go out and draft 3 running backs, they're saying, and deny the 5th-year option, you guys, what are they saying? Let me ask somebody this real quick, because I want somebody with some sense in the comment section to please verify this for me. If they go draft 3 running backs and deny his 5th-year option, what are they telling us? What are they telling us? What are they telling us? Not after this season. Not after this season. Not after this season. Curtis, they're saying it's a wrap. Poker said exactly. Writing is on the wall. Medwin, it's as clear as day. Yeah, man. So what? Come on, bro. So what am I gonna do? So you want me to die on this Josh Jacobs hill, right? Because he's having. So what would I look like right now if I said, Josh Jacobs ain't doing shit, y'all? We're still gonna move on from him, right? Because some of these guys would do that because they want to die on that hill all the time because they always want to be right? What would I look like coming on here saying that Josh Jacobs ain't doing what he's supposed to be doing? What would I look like? So I'm flip-flopping because I'm saying that Josh Jacobs is having a hell of a season. Yeah, top beast. That's why they drafted Zeus. Some of y'all be killing me, man. Funny as shit. The running backs are a dime a dozen. Factory. Let me see. We didn't draft 3 running backs for no reason. Not even just that, Joe. You went out and got some other running backs. You went and signed Amir Abdullah. You went and signed Brandon Bolden. You know what I mean? Like, they went and got 5 running backs in the offseason and denied Josh Jacobs of his 5th-year option. So you're telling me that I expect Josh Jacobs to, you know what I mean, to be here another year? Eduardo, there we go. You wrapped it into existence. Josh Jacobs, he's our next Allen. He's our next Bo. Now, if you guys know me, go listen to Soul Nation. I said Josh Jacobs is our next Bo Jackson, our next Marcus Allen. Now, if you want to still argue with me over my stance on Josh Jacobs, go ahead and do so. Shout out to Frank. Chow from Sicily. Finally caught you live. Shout out to my dog, Frank, man. Appreciate you, King. Shout out to Italy. Let me see. Dirty Air says, do you believe Zeus will produce like Josh? No, shit. I didn't believe that Josh would produce like Josh. This is a crazy season, y'all. This is like a whole totally different thing that I didn't see coming. I didn't think that Josh was produced like Josh. So, you know, asking Zeus to do what Josh is doing, that's a tough act to follow right there, Dirty Eric. I'm telling you now, if we don't go re-sign Josh Jacobs to the franchise tag or a multiple year contract, and we put out Zeus out there as our #1 guy next season, he has the expectations are higher than ever. Dub, I didn't say anything about Regis. All I said was his name, bro. I didn't say he was great. I didn't say anything. All I said was Regis because I was lazy. It was lazy writing because it rhymed with Vegas. There you go, Dub. I didn't say anything about Vegas being the next great thing or anything. All I did was rhyme his name with Vegas, brother, because he's on the roster, because he was on the roster at that point. But I get it. I see you guys. I see you're trying to, fit that narrative that other guys are saying. All I did was rhyme his name with Vegas, brother. I didn't say he was the next Marcus Allen or Bo Jackson. I said that about Josh Jacobs. But we can keep killing these narratives, brother, if you want to keep posting some stuff. I love it. And that's where we killed him at last season, Wazzy. That's where we killed him at, Wazzy, was he had no burst, right? We were like, man, this dude, he gets in the open field and there's no burst. This year, he's just showing a different side. I'm going off of what I'm seeing on the field and seeing the availability of Josh Jacobs. That's all it was. Chris, and I'm here for it. If these guys believe in Josh that much to bring him back, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. All I'm saying is, you guys, if we want to bring Josh Jacobs back, and he's one of those guys, he's that guy, like he's that guy moving forward, we have to unload some contracts. We got to free up some money. That's it. We got to free up some money. Maybe we can restructure DC if he does come back another year. Let's just say you restructure him because the $30 million is a lot of money. Say you go to Colton Miller again and restructure his contract, free up some money. You know what I mean? There's ways that we can free up some cap space to make this happen, but you still have to put some money out to bring some money in. Melvin, let me ask you this. Was Josh Jacobs fast last year? You said that I said he was slow. I said he had no burst in the open field. You know what? I'm not even going to argue with homie. Let me see. I'm here for it. At this point, if you got to unload Wilder to get Josh back, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Let me see. TD's stupid. Josh is faster this year because of them light pockets. Hey, shit. He gonna be running. He running to the bank right now, man. But when he leaves the bank, is he still gonna be that quick with all that money in his pockets? That's funny. That is hilarious. But yeah, y'all coming up on an hour, man. I wanted to do something real quick, talk about the whole Josh Jacobs stuff. It's funny that one fan with those signs really gave him the extra incentive to go out there and ball out. I love it. Also, you guys, for those who don't know, Anthony Averett has been placed on the IR. He is out for the season. But other than that, man, yeah, I'm gonna get ready to go to this Kings game tonight. Go get with my bros, man. Go record some music. I got some new music on the way, you guys. So stay tuned for that. I will be uploading it on the channel. But other than that, man, I'm gonna go enjoy my city with my family, man. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys as always. I'm outro, man. Mwah.